Sure to Cook.
Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to be a little bit on the sweet side. We're going to make homemade starcrunch. So stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, the first thing I did, I took a pot, put some water in it, and took a glass bowl and I put it inside of it and I let it slowly heat up slowly. You don't want to start to boil it. You don't want your pan to crack your bowl or any of that. So you want to slowly. Then I got my double boiler. I got a teaspoon of butter that I'm going to melt. You can use any butter that you have in your house, in your kitchen. I'm using my butter, which is low fat, healthy kind of butter. As my butter is slowly melting, I'm going to take 1/4 teaspoon. You can use 1/8 if you would like, but I just want a hint of vanilla extract. So that's pure vanilla extract. And I'm just going to use that 1/4. Ooh, that just really shot out there. And I'm just going to mix that up while my butter is melting. Okay, now I've got my butter nice and melted. So I'm going to add my marshmallows. I got 2 cups of it, of mini marshmallows, or you can use the big ones. The minis are good because I'm making a small amount of marshmallows. Oh, you got to watch out because you can spill these marshmallows all over the place. Okay, and I'm just going to whip everything together, make sure each marshmallow is covered perfectly with that butter and that wonderful vanilla. Okay, so I need Rice Krispies to go in my starcrunch. And usually they just use regular Rice Krispies, but we're going to use a different. We're going to use the chocolate Rice Krispies. So I thought this would give it an extra flavor here and an extra, a cup and a half probably of, not probably, that's what I'm going to use because I'm making a small. Okay, inside starcrunch, I see a little bit of what? Something even better. We're going to be using caramel. So I'm going to use a caramel sauce instead of like getting the real caramel and then melting it down and going through all that. We're not going to do all that. We're taking a shortcut. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this delicious caramel sauce. Okay, so I've been stirring this. I've got my caramel sauce. And like I said, this is 2 cups because I'm making a small one because it's just me and my husband, my son. We don't eat a lot. So if I'm making a big thing of this, yeah, for the kids, you want to use probably a bag of this. Here is my caramel sauce. I'm just going to stir that caramel sauce right on into my delicious melted, melted marshmallows, and I'm just going to whip this all up. All right, I put some butter already inside of a dry, clear pan. It don't have to be a glass pan. Guys, I just like glass pans because I just love them. I mean, I'm not a dorky girl. I'm a glass girl. So I do this. You can put it in any pan. Okay, now I'm back over here with my mixture. And as you seen, I took it off the one of the eyes, and I wanted to make sure it kind of cooled down a little because this is nice and warm. Okay, here's these Rice Krispies. I'm going to start folding in slowly because I don't want these to be cooked. Okay, still pouring. If it's too less of a Rice Krispie, because it was 2 cups, just add more of the Krispies until you get enough. Because you want the Krispies to show. That's the thing that you want to really show. Until wherever you feel like how many Rice Krispies you like. Now, see, this is looking really great now. Make sure you get all the bottom of it. Okay. So we got another step to do on this. And I'm just going to pull this warm actually, and get it out of here so I just don't want to start sticking to the best. Oh, so making these are really, really tough because you got to work fast. And I'm talking about really working fast. And in my hand, I got butter. Why I got the butter is because the butter is warm. It's just warm, and I can see the butter. I can form my Krispies, but I'm not finished with this guy. I just put some butter on top. It'll just melt because it's still warm. And these are going to be popped in the refrigerator after I can make these out. So I got to form these first with the butter. And the butter just melt because it's nice and warm. And see, when you have your hands like butter, it's like taffy. It won't stick. Okay, on my plate, I am cutting out the starcrunch. Now, guys, this is a small cup. And my grandson has all kind of like kitty cups that he drinks out. And we wash this real good, and we're going to be using this. I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to be using this for our little star crunch. Look at that. See, you just need any tool would do. You just have to get to the point where you know how to use the tools, which I really know how to use tools. I mean, they're, what do you want to call them? Maybe you might want to say, oh, that's kind of ghetto. Well, maybe so. Sometimes ghetto works. Okay, I'm popping these right into the refrigerator, or you can put them in the freezer. Make sure you cover them up because you want them to stiffen up really good. All right, I just opened up 20 of the mini Hershey bars, and I got these little snack Hershey bars that I have gotten. It's the little snack ones. They're like this. They're no bigger than this. I got 20 open. I got a bigger bag, and I opened these because I want real chocolate. What we're going to do is we're going to melt this chocolate on our double broiler, and we're going to melt it and get it nice and creamy, putting a little butter in there, and we're going to melt it, and we're going to get it nice and smooth and get it like nice and loose, and we're going to set it on the side, and we're going to make sure it kind of like cools down a little bit. And this is what we're going to be rolling our star crunch in. And then we're going to roll it in our star crunch, take it out, and we're going to put it back in the freezer or the refrigerator, whichever one. And after that, we got Star Crunch, guys. Okay, I got my double roller on again. I'm using 1 teaspoon. This is not going to be a whole big spoon. It's a little teaspoon of that butter again. I don't want to use a lot of butter because I just want to loosify the chocolate. And I just want to slowly let that heat up, melt that butter. Then I'm going to start breaking these bars up. And you don't need that whole, ooh, I didn't break that bar. It's going to be a little bit, you don't need 20 bars. But since I have so many, I have about 6 or 7, you could get away with making how many bars you want. You decide. So I'm just going to keep doing this until this gets nice and melted. I wanted to use real good chocolate. I did not want to use anything that was like a fake chocolate. I wanted to use a great chocolate. See, it just really don't take long to do that. And it's just on really slow. The pan's not even boiling. See, it's just like, I'm doing a real slow melt. So I'm going to do it. I don't want them to melt. And I don't want, because this is warm chocolate. And, you know, I wanted these to set. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, banging these off, and covering all of them, and you'll see them, and we'll pop them in the oven. I mean, the freezer. Okay. These are the homemade Star Crunch, and they were sticking together, and as I pulled them, you can actually see the chocolate will melt because it's chocolate. We're going to cut one of those open so we can show you what they look like inside. Okay. You know how the old chocolate saying, you hold it, it melts in your hand, and that's exactly what this will do. Oh, because that's real chocolate. These are ones that I cracked open. They got stuck together. And there is your Star Crunch. Let's cut it again for you so you can tell. That is your Star Crunch. I'm going to have a piece of this. This is delicious, guys. Oh my God. Hey, homemade, believe me, it's so much better. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so delicious. This is Be Sure to Cook's homemade Star Crunch. Believe me, I had a piece of that. That was good. I'm talking about your kids will love it. Your guests will love it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back so we can make plenty more videos and plenty more shows. Because guess what? I didn't do this alone. I didn't make this alone. You and me, we did this together. And we can do plenty more. All you got to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, do it all. Come back next time so we can make plenty more shows. Hey guys, see you next time. Bye.